Good morning, everyone. I am attempting to use Camtasia for the first time to walk you through the process of applying for your registered mental health counselor intern status or registered marriage and family counselor intern status. The first thing you want to do is go to floridamentalhealthprofessions.gov. This is the Department of Health's website for the Florida Board of Clinical Social Work, Marriage and Family Therapy, and Mental Health Counseling. This board is also known as the 491 board. In order to renew or apply for a license, you would scroll down towards the bottom and click on Apply for a License. And it gives you some information about taking an exam, about your initial application and average days of processing. And then it allows you to choose a profession or license to apply for. For the sake of the tutorial, we're just going to go and apply for a registered mental health counselor intern. It gives you some requirements. So you'll need to gather all of this before you apply. Your official transcript from JU once you graduate. And my suggestion would be to wait about a month to a month and a half so that the information is fully posted on your transcript and it shows your graduation from our program versus an incomplete transcript. So it takes a little while for JU to process your degree on the official transcript. Note that it has to be an official transcript. It can't be a copy of a transcript. It also shows that it distinguishes between a K-CREP program or a non-K-CREP program. So we are a K-CREP program, so you'll earn the master's degree, and it shows that you have to have a human sexuality course and a substance abuse course, which you do have, and a practicum. Note this, a practicum letter is not required from K-CREP mental health counseling programs. So in the past, prior to our K-CREP accreditation, we would have to write and submit a letter stating that you've met that 1,000 hours equivalent. This does not require you to submit a letter, okay? So those are the requirements. If you go back to registered mental health counselor intern and look at the application PDF, there's six sections. Excuse me. There's 9 sections, okay? So you want to look through each. Sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy right now. Section 1 is your basic data. Section 2 is your post-secondary education, or everything after you graduated from high school. Section 3 is going to be your qualified supervisor information. That's the person that you will have to identify prior to registration who is going to provide your supervision after your master's program while you're collecting hours towards licensure. And I'll show you before the end of the tutorial how to find a qualified supervisor in our area. Section 4 is applicant history, your general history of potential any legal issues you may have had. Section 5 is your professional history. Section 6 is, again, more legal information. Section 7 is certification, verifying that everything you said here is correct. Section 8, your social security number. 9, applicant, your health history, and your education worksheet. Now, it'll say here, contact your university and request that an official of the university submit a letter that verifies you completed one supervised clinical practicum internship or field experience. This is not required if you're in a K-CREP program, and it'll say that on your education worksheet below in your transcript. Then, this is kind of important, make copies of all the documents just in case it gets lost in the mail. You don't have to collect up all the documents again. Make a copy of all the documents and then send the originals to the board office. You mail the information and required fee of $150, cashier's check or money order, and follow the directions below to submit it to the board. Okay, so now we are going to go through the intern application. This section 1 is your basic information, name, address. Your post-secondary education background is section 2. That's everything after high school. Section 3 is your qualified supervisor's name, their title, their Florida license number, and the year that they received their license. Section 4 is your applicant history, and it's asking you if you've ever been convicted of particular legal issues or denied a license for some reason. Section 6 is more about your history, if you have pleaded guilty to various charges, mostly felonies. And if you have a yes to this, then you'll have to fill out and send in supporting documentation. Section 7 is verifying that everything on the application is correct. This is a confidential disclosure form for the Department of Health, and it's asking if there's any medical conditions that currently impairs your ability to practice with reasonable skill and safety. And it also asks about your drug use. Are you using medications or other drugs that impair your ability to practice? And again, if you answer yes to this, you have to provide documentation and supporting documentation from a licensed healthcare practitioner. Okay, down to the education worksheet. You're going to choose the worksheet based on your specialization. So this is for clinical social work, so keep scrolling. This is the one you would fill out for marriage and family if you chose to apply for registered internship status as a marriage and family intern. And you can read through that. Mental health counseling. So read this paragraph very carefully. If the program you graduated from was not accredited by KCREP, or if the program you graduated from was a KCREP accredited program that was not mental health counseling, then sections 1, 2, and 3 apply to you. If you graduated from a KCREP mental health counseling program, then only section 4 applies to you. Okay? So that is going to be you. So you are going to skip 1, 2, and 3, noting that you're skipping over this need for the letter from your school stating that you've done the practicum. You go all the way down to section 4, and you are going to just fill out this information. Your school, JU, the course number, the course title.